Hollow Hill loomed over the village of Ashwick, its barren slopes shrouded in a fog that never broke, its summit crowned by a circle of gnarled, leafless trees. Locals called it the Choir's Hill, whispering of voices that drifted down at night, singing in a tongue no one could name. They spoke of the Ashwick Choir, a group of 7 who vanished in 1888 after a midnight hymn at the hill's peak, their bodies never found. As a YouTuber running a horror channel, I saw the legend as my next viral hit, a chance to film a spooky adventure and debunk the myths. I arrived at dusk, my camera rolling, my flashlight piercing the mist. The air was thick with the scent of wet earth and something sharper, like burnt bone. A faint hum vibrated through the ground, and as I climbed, the trees above seemed to lean closer, their branches clawing at the sky. The voices in the mist. The path to the summit was steep, its stones slick with moss that felt unnaturally warm underfoot. The hum grew louder, resolving into voices, soft, melodic, but wrong, their harmony jagged, like glass in the wind. My camera's audio picked them up, but the screen flickered, showing shapes in the fog, tall, thin figures that vanished when I turned. I narrated, trying to sound confident, but my voice trembled as the fog thickened, swallowing my flashlight's beam. A whisper cut through the choir, my name, spoken by too many voices at once, their tone hungry. I found a stone carved with symbols, half buried, and when I touched it, my skin tingled as if something had noticed me. The voices swelled, and I swore I saw eyes in the mist, glowing faintly, watching. The circle that breathed. At the summit, the trees formed a perfect circle, their branches interwoven like a cage, their bark pulsing faintly, as if alive. The voices were deafening now, a choir of screams masked as song, coming from the ground itself. In the circle's center was a pit, its edges jagged, its depths blacker than night, exhaling a warm, rancid breath. My drone hovered above, but its feed cut out, showing a single frame. 7 figures, their faces featureless. Standing where I stood, the air grew heavy and my flashlight dimmed, revealed the faces in the dark. I stepped back, but the ground shifted, the pit seeming to widen, its breath hotter, wetter. The voices became distinct, 7, each pleading, then laughing, then screaming my name. My camera caught a face at the pit's edge, a woman, her skin gray, her eyes hollow, her mouth stretched into a grin that split her face. She was one of the choir, and others joined her, their forms flickering like bad film, their limbs too long, their fingers clawing the air. They sang, and my head throbbed, my vision blurring with images of Ashwick burning, of bodies sinking into the hill. My flashlight died, but their eyes glowed, illuminating symbols on my arms, burned into my skin without pain. I ran, but the trees tightened, their branches snapping at my heels, and the pit's pull grew stronger, hungry. The path that lied. The circle broke, and a path appeared leading down the hill, but it wasn't the one I'd climbed. The fog was alive, curling around me like fingers, and the voices followed, now inside my skull, singing of surrender. The trees along the path were wrong, their trunks carved with faces, their eyes weeping black ichor. My phone's audio was recording, capturing not my gasps but their song, layered with a deep, guttural laugh. I tripped and the ground was soft, sinking. The village that watched. I don't know how I reached Ashwick. The fog parted and the village was there. but its streets were empty, its houses dark, their windows reflecting my face and hers, the woman from the pit, grinning behind me. The hum was fainter but constant, and my burns glowed brighter, pulsing with my heartbeat. My phone's audio had new sounds, footsteps, not mine, circling me. I knocked on doors, but no one answered, and every window showed her face, closer each time. The church was the only light, its steeple bell ringing. But when I entered, the pews were filled with the choir, their featureless faces turned to me, singing. My burns seared, and I collapsed, the cymbals spreading, my skin cracking. I crawled out, but the village felt wrong, like a stage set, and the hill loomed closer than before. The hollow that calls, I can't escape. The city streets twist, leading me back to my apartment, the hum shaking the walls. My burns are a map, and when I trace them, I see the hill, the pit, the choir waiting. Last night, I woke to find my floorboards split, a hole beneath, exhaling the same rancid breath, its edges carved with symbols that match my skin. The choir stood around my bed, their faces gone, their mouths singing my name. I'm recording this now, my voice breaking, because the hole is growing and something is climbing out, something that isn't them, but older, hungrier, its eyes like voids. The hum is deafening, and my burns are screaming. Hollow Hill didn't trap me, it claimed me, and tonight the choir will sing me home.